I always thought if my marriage ended, it would be because of something gradual, distance creeping in over time, life pulling us in different directions. I never imagined it would implode in a single night. It started with an argument. Not our first, not even our worst, but there was something different about this one. Something sharper, something with venom. Kelly and I had been off for a while, our conversation strained, tension lingering in the air like an unspoken storm. That night, it all boiled over. Something insignificant set us off, I can't even remember what, but before I knew it, voices were raised, accusations hurled, and old wounds ripped open once again. "I need space," she finally said, grabbing her purse. "Kelly, wait. Just stop, Rick. I need to clear my head." The door slammed behind her, leaving me alone in the suffocating silence. I sat there, staring at the empty space she left behind, wondering when we became the kind of people who needed space. Hours passed. I texted, no response. I called, straight to voicemail. As midnight crept in, I debated whether I should be worried or furious. I settled on both. Then, at 3:14 a.m., the front door banged open. I turned just in time to see Kelly stumble inside, her hair tangled, makeup smudged, her shirt slipping off one shoulder. The scent of alcohol, smoke, and something else I didn't want to identify clung to her like a bad decision. She tripped over her own feet, giggling to herself before her glassy eyes met mine. "Hey," she slurred, "you're still up." My stomach twisted, a sickening weight settling deep in my gut as realization dawned. "Where the hell have you been?" She waved a hand lazily. "Out." "Out where?" She rolled her eyes, staggering toward the couch. "Why do you care?" I stood there, watching my wife, the woman I had built a life with, barely able to stand, her pupils blown wide, her clothes half on. And something deep inside me told me I didn't want to know the answer to my next question. But I asked it anyway. "Did you sleep with someone?" She blinked slowly, as if the words took too long to register. Then she scoffed. "You always think the worst of me." "Just answer the question," I demanded, my voice sharp as a blade. "Did you?" She didn't answer. Didn't even try to deny it. She just sank into the couch, muttering something about needing sleep. I walked away before I did something I'd regret. Lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, I couldn't shake the feeling. An instinct gnawed at me, refusing to be ignored. So I got up, grabbed her purse, and took her phone. She never had a passcode. Probably never thought she needed one. The texts hit me like a Rocky Balboa body blow. "Everett, had a great time tonight. You're incredible. Hope to see you again. Kelly, needed that so bad. You were great. So great. Relieved so much stress. Best decision I've made in a long time. Everett, you should have stayed, but I hope you made it home okay. Would love to do it again." A winking emoji. Then the pictures. Selfies. A few of them. Kelly, smiling drunkenly, pressed up against some guy I'd never seen before. His hand on her thigh. Her lips against his neck. My hands shook. I sent everything to my phone. Printed them out for good measure. Then I sat in the dark, staring at the proof of my wife's betrayal, waiting for morning to come. When she finally woke up, groggy and hungover, she groaned. "God, my head is killing me." I tossed her phone onto the couch next to her and let the printed photos scatter at her feet. "You should be more worried about your marriage." She blinked down at them, confusion morphing into horror. "Rick, it was." I folded my arms. "Go ahead. Explain." She scrambled upright, shoving her hair out of her face. "It was a mistake." "No," I said coldly. "A mistake is forgetting to turn off the stove. This was a choice." I pointed at her phone. "And according to those texts, you called it the best decision you've made in a long time. That means it was a choice, Kelly. Try again." Her eyes welled with tears. "I was drunk. I wasn't thinking." "You were thinking enough to text him. To take pictures. To try sneaking back home, hoping I'd be asleep." "I didn't mean." I cut her off. "You didn't mean to get caught." Her lip trembled. "It didn't mean anything." I exhaled sharply, shaking my head. "It meant everything to me." Tears slipped down her cheeks. "Rick, please. We can fix this. Don't throw us away. I was angry. I let my emotions get the better of me. I wasn't thinking, I just acted on impulse. It really meant nothing. I swear this won't ever happen again. I stared at her, the woman I had once trusted with everything, and felt nothing but a cold emptiness. I said it meant everything to me. And you threw us away the second you decided to act like a single woman. I stepped back as she reached for me. Well, now you'll be a single woman. Please, she whispered, desperation cracking her voice. I'll do anything. Just give me another chance. I didn't say another word. I just placed the divorce papers I had already printed that morning on the couch beside her. We're done. Her sobs followed me out the door. But I didn't look back. Because when someone shows you who they truly are, believe them, and keep moving. She had spat on our vows once, out of anger. She would do it again. I handed my lawyer the evidence. The divorce proceedings dragged on, and at first, Kelly tried to fight, not to be difficult, but because she couldn't accept the reality of what she had done. She and her lawyer even asked the judge for couples therapy. The judge took one look at the evidence and asked me if I wanted to reconcile. I said no. The divorce was finalized, and I moved on with my life. Months have passed since that night, and the regret weighs on me heavier than any hangover ever could. I thought I could move on, that the world was full of possibilities. But the truth is, no one is interested in anything real with me. Every date, every conversation ends the same way, casual, distant, uninterested in anything beyond a fleeting moment. I replay that night over and over in my head, wishing I could take it all back. The pointless arguments, the anger that burned too hot, the reckless decision that cost me everything. Rick was right. It wasn't a mistake. It was a choice. And now I have to live with it. The worst part, I can't even blame him for walking away. I scroll through my phone, staring at old photos of us, laughing, happy, in love. A love I destroyed. Now, I sit across from strangers at dinner tables, knowing none of them will ever look at me the way Rick did. They want fun. Something easy. Nothing serious. And deep down, I know I don't deserve anything more. Because when I had something real, I let my anger win. And I lost everything.